Hey, beautiful Aquarius, how are you? This is Mary Ellen. Welcome to Life Path Tarot. I am a clairvoyant channel. I've been through quite a process of my own for many years, including the last, let's say, 2 years, maybe 3. I'm in the process of getting ready to do a video or maybe a live stream about that process. I'm here because I work with what I lovingly call a group of guides. I'm very connected to the ethereal realm in a clairvoyant way. And so for my entire adult lifetime, I have been assigned, that's how it feels to me, to help people come into their deep awareness of self. We use a lot of words for that these days, including frequencies, DNA codes, light codes, starseed transmissions. Those are all the things that we talk about here at Life Path Tarot. And if you're a returning subscriber and you're surprised at the name change, celebrate with me because the past is gone. I have moved past, my guides are calling it a demarcation line. So more about that later. Let's talk about you. We're going to look into your oracle cards. Going to look into your human walk for the month of July, and what is the energy that connects you with your soul, your DNA codes, your light codes, your frequencies. Call it whatever you want. My guides and I don't really care. It's how you interpret yourself that is most important. So we're going to start off with the oracle cards. Check that out. So if you haven't seen the June 2022 Life Path reading, it's pretty urgent that you go and watch that. It's available on my channel. That is exactly what it looks like. A blank slate, a brand new journey. We talked about it a lot last month. You are still in the same type of energy. My guys just said vortex. I was going to say frequency. Again, light codes, DNA codes. My guys are saying self-revelation. We talk a lot about the I am consciousness, the understanding of yourself as an intention of the sentient universe, expressed by your incarnation. So that's where you're at. You're going to continue to delve deeper into the energy that was made available to you last month. From the Mystical Shaman Oracle card, this is a great deck if you don't have it and you're into consulting the guides, your guides, get one. It's awesome. So another my guides just said numerology lesson. That adds up to a 9. That's the moment where you're at the zenith of development before you start a new journey. So I think you're going to be given some time, June, July, possibly August, we'll have to see, where you are coming into yourself as the sacred seer. Do you see the mountain lion? That is about a particular type of leadership that involves all your strength, servant leadership, as a clairvoyant. And whatever your pathway is will come forward. You will begin to know it, my guides are saying. You will take flight. First, you must take hold of yourself and your instruments. And you're going to be given some time for that, look. This journey into the higher levels of consciousness is going to continue. Last month, you had this great awakening, the 7th chakra. You're going to stay right there. I think you're going to kind of come back to ground a little bit, but really stay in this region of the third eye, the pineal gland, the crown chakra. That's where you're going to live for the month. My guides keep talking about August, so I think for the summer, that's what you're going to be experiencing, growing into, coming into a firm foundation, and there it is. That's the Strength card. So in traditional tarot, we see a woman dressed in white with the infinity symbol above her head, and she is putting her hands or hanging on to the jaw of a lion. So thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. There you are. You see that? Look, So the deck I'm using, if you're unfamiliar, is the Celtic Wisdom Tarot. This is a story about a Celtic warrior goddess, my guides just said, who rose in insurrection against the Roman army. And she won. And all she had was her clairvoyant knowing, her understanding of how energy moves. Where are the power points on a battlefield? If that's the life experience you're having. Hopefully none of you are, but you know it's possible given everything that's going on. So she would bring a hare in a basket, and when the armies were assembled, she opened the basket, let the hare run across the battlefield, and she just watched. Where did that creature run? How did it run? Where did it stop? Things like that. And in that way, she learned about the power points, made her battle plan. She won a lot of battles. So that's the what my guides call the theme card. This is the energy that indicates you. Under that umbrella, your strength, where does it lie? And again, we see that it's firmly in the spiritual realm, the I am consciousness, way out in the universe. Understanding yourself in this way while you're inside your human incarnation, and your soul travels shamanically. The ancient Celtic peoples believed the soul resided in the head. And so we see this depiction of the ancient feminine notation of the universe, the portal through which all beings come. You're going to be traveling back and forth into the mystical realm. You're going to be doing it from here. This is the death card. So we're talking about a spiritual death and rebirth. My guides are talking about things that I don't have intellectual knowledge about, but I'm just going to pass it on. In Islam, there's a notion about the little blue death, so they're making reference to things like that. And it is about spiritual death and rebirth. Go look it up if you don't know anything about it. You're getting drawn into the information already. So that's where you are. And what the other thing I want to not forget to say is that this place for you is a place of strength. So while you're having these experiences, just sit in your strength. Understand that it's a place of strength, even if it feels shocking to you, if you're having experiences that you have not had. Because remember, Aquarius, it is your destiny to be carrying the energy of expansion. And that is exactly what you're going to be experiencing. And you're going to experience it in a way that's incredibly shamanic. Thank you, Spirit. So this is you, right? I have to cover this up because YouTube kind of freaks out. Or they used to. I don't know. We'll see. So there you are being carried. And that's who's carrying you. You're going to have a guide. This might be something, someone, some energy, some experience, some astral travel, downloads. My guides are talking about when you're asleep at night. You might have visions. You might experience a walkabout. That is the Morrigan. When we see crow energy, it's about the sacred laws of the universe, how they are written. They are covered in an ancient book that is covered with crow feathers. And so the Morrigan is the sacred feminine Celtic warrior goddess. This is the queen of battle. And what she would do is fly over, protect her troops. Thank you, Spirit. Like this woman did. She would fly, turn herself into a crow and fly over the battlefield and peck the eyes of the enemies out, so they could not be seen. So there's something very mystical afoot. You're going to be reviewing the book, my guides are saying. So again, in traditional tarot, we see the Queen of Swords, a certain type of battle that demands clarity and correctness. and being on point and not being able to be manipulated, all kinds of things like that. So when you fly into whatever dream time you're flying into, because I believe she's going to carry you there, literally, because of how the cards are stacking up. So I always forget to say this in the beginning. When the reading comes out, I will post a picture of the card spread on the community tab on my channel so you can go look at it and see the full impact my guides are saying. So here's where you're going. Aquarius, deeper still. Look at that. This card is a prophecy. That is the Ace of Pentacles. You see the portal? Again, the theme continues to come through on the new moon, the next new moon. So it was the last new moon in, I think it was in May. With the Eclipse series combined, we had an eclipse of the new moon in Scorpio. There's the portal. The energy comes through. You touched the stone of your destiny. Some of you did. Those who were available, who were ready, some of you had a shocking awakening and you weren't ready. It's okay. It doesn't matter. These things come, my guides are saying, as they should, according to your energy. So we see this beautiful goddess touching the stone of destiny in order to enliven and awaken the prophecy that comes with the Ace of Knowledge, Pentacles, earth-based knowledge. So you're going to be grounding this. The way you're going to ground it is into the atmosphere, because that's the type of energy you carry. But it is meant to be solidified here upon the earth, or it would not come out as pentacles. So that is another piece of the next part of this journey that you're on, okay? So what's happening, that is Morfessa. She is the guardian of the sacred places. She is touching the Leophale, the stone of destiny. And again, if I say these things, just go look them up, okay? The Leophale was the stone of destiny. The kings had to prepare themselves to stand in that place in order to be accepting the throne, elevated to the throne. It's that kind of an energy. Whether you're a man or a woman, don't get stuck on gender. We're talking about energy, okay? So we see that she's being spiritually activated and self-actuated in order to be able to become a sacred channel. So if you're not in the, okay, but they're talking about Scorpio. The occult arts, for lack of a better word at the moment, some kind of healing, some kind of visioning, you're going to be developing this. I truly mean it. Someday, some of my followers on YouTube have heard my story, but not all of it. This is how it happened for me. Something suddenly changed. Things were awakened within me. There you are, in the full light of the sun. Do you see how you have been transformed? You have the tattoo, the mark of the sun. I like this. The most beneficial card in the deck is the Sun card. And what's going to occur is that you will be transformed, elevated, arisen into the protector of sacred lore. Something is going to be revealed to you. It was in the reading last month. It's in this card spread this month as well. So that's what you're going to experience on a human level in whatever way you do. It's getting up close and personal now. Here's the purpose. Here's the energy that's going to, okay, my guys just said waft. That's a funny choice, but emanate from you. That's the moon card. So you are very, very tied to the moon cycles, I think again through the summer most likely. In this deck, it's called the Imaginary of Harmony. You can get in that magic boat and put your hands on the oars. Close your eyes and imagine what it would be like. What would be the experience of harmony internally and externally in your life? And this boat will transport you there. So make a big wish. Go large, my guides are saying. You can also get on that fish, the salmon of all wisdom, and dive deep into the water element. So whether you ride on the water element or you dive in, your choice. You will know. I don't have to tell you. But your desires that come forward will be illuminated because you're finishing the first part of this new soul journey that we talked about last month. So the moon card, in case you don't know, brings forward illumination. Things come to the surface. They are revealed and illuminated. It also brings the end of a cycle. So my guides are asking me to ask you to think deeply about all those words. Pause the video, slide it back a little bit, and listen to those words again. They want you to take them in very, very deeply. So as I was talking about the purpose of the month, and they're confirming for me, yes, August also, you are starting a new cycle. Because, okay, hang on, they're talking to me about numerology. Do you see the swastikas? That's the turning of sacred feminine energy. It is a very ancient symbol that has been actively in use for over 12,000 years. It has nothing to do with the Nazis. They stole it. And they turned it backwards because somebody, I can't remember, somebody in the high regime knew about this magic. Your energy is going to be spinning. The cycle will begin. You will experience this activity, so to speak, in each quadrant of the next year, the next cycle coming forward. You will have all the tools that you need at your disposal. And you will experience yourself this way on a soul level. This is where you're sailing to. It sits on the table like this, gang. Look at that, seriously. So again, I forgot to say, the links to get in touch with me are below. Don't hesitate to use them. If you need a reading and you want to look deeply into your own prophecy, it depends entirely upon your chart and where you're at in your life. I just came out of a 20-year service, being sequestered in a literal temple that I built because I had a moment like this. And a field of dreams vision came forward and I was obsessed. And I couldn't stop until it was built, and then I went in there and I shut the door. Of course, it's not that simplistic, but that's what happened. And my days in the temple just ended, for those of you that are new. And now I'm preparing to move on. That was exactly a year ago, July 15th. I came out of that place. And now I'm on the road, because that's my destiny. So when you think about all these things, I want you to understand how it looks and how the energy rises through each card, through each segment of the reading. These readings were dictated to me, demonstrated to me by my guides. I didn't make them up. They were channeled. So there you are. See that? That's you under the umbrella of the Strength card. Following the energy, by the way. This is where it's taking you. It's simply astounding. There are really no words. And It's about feelings, it's about understanding, sensation, my guides are saying. All right. So this prophecy about your energy being carried forward in into the shamanic realm. Go look up I am consciousness so you understand some of the concepts that I'm talking about. We see that it's literally happening because the light codes, the energy seeds, the frequencies that are within your being, that you've been carrying as a soul, energetic, vibrational entity through goodness knows how many lifetimes, that's the other piece of this, have become ripe. They are ready to be planted. And your soul is here in its human form so that this can occur because it's time. There's so much to be said about the next couple of years. Whew, I'm trying to have discipline to make the reading shorter, so I'm going to snap it back for a minute. But, you know, just so you know, when I do these readings, I call it the dribbles. The reading doesn't stop. It goes on for hours after the video stops. So the final indicator of how the energy is moving on the level of your soul energy, identity, frequency, light codes that beam to you from goodness knows how far across the universe. How many light years did you have to travel to get here for this incarnation so that this destiny could play out? Aquarius, thank you from the bottom of my little heart. Just see that? That's about having stamina for a really long journey. My guides keep saying journeying across the universe. That gentleman, I believe this card was in last month's reading. So please go watch it. It's referenced here. And the energy, I believe, is moving from the human realm up to the soul. My guides are calling it the display. I'm going to show you. Look. It's like this. There's Boudica. She was a druidic high priestess. Her family was murdered by the Romans. They made her watch. She had daughters. You can imagine what the story is like. Okay? So this is what the guys wanted to speak with you about. The movement of your energy into and out of this place. The history of your warriorship, whether you're a man or a woman, has nothing to do with it. Your male and female energy will be employed no matter what, in a yin-yang way, depending on the need of the moment. That's your human life in this incarnation in the month of July. That's what we're talking about. That's the theme of the reading. That's the soul contract indication. This warrior lived 1,000, like I just said, 1,000 eons. Perhaps true. I was going to say 1,000 human years. And had a transmutation experience at the end of that span of time. Did not need to have a death process in order to transform in a very deeply spiritual way. By coming back into contact with full knowledge, my guides are saying, with full knowledge of their energy source. So we're talking about source energy. That's where you're going. You're going to go collect it. And Aquarius, it's about universal consciousness. Go look deeply. Do a bunch of reading. All the philosophical stuff you can bear to take up. But don't get in your head about it. Just inform yourself, okay? So this character turned into a salmon. Leapt into the ocean. Was caught by a fisherman. Brought to to the palace. Cooked, of course, and served to the queen. This is your journey. It's so fantastic. There's so many words I could say about this. That's your reincarnation story, I believe. It's been going on for a long time, a really long time. So, revelation of spiritual knowledge. 9 of Pentacles. When you stand upon the earth in this lifetime, you will come to your fullness of being in every way that's possible. And when that warrior was ingested and then subsequently reborn, apologies, I forgot to turn off my phone. I'm sorry, we're just going to have to wait it out. When this warrior was reborn, he was reborn as a great wisdom holder. So while you're going through these experiences in the month of July, the place in which you will rest, that you're meant to rest, while you're having this, my guides keep talking about transmutation. There it is. Just go to the temple of your own being. Get in touch with your sacred I am consciousness. Any of the words that I've been saying that you resonate with, go straight for that. There's no predefined set of beliefs that are needed. There are people here from every faith, every corner of the world, and everybody understands these messages. So, courtship of sacred knowledge, the 3 of Pentacles. So again, I'm going to say it one more time, my guides are egging me on. You are meant to bring this energy, this experience, and ground it here into the earth, because you will be of the atmosphere. It will flow from you all over the planet. That's the point. So make sure you stay grounded. Offer yourself to the sacred realm if you feel so inclined, and if you don't worry about it. Okay? So I'm going to pick from the sacred bowl a rune from the Norse tradition. We're going to ask the guides to give you one more piece of knowledge, information, advice. Thank you, Spirit. Perfection. That is the rune for the sacred gateway through which you are going to be traveling. Wow. Okay, just in case you're new and you don't know, I'm going to read this briefly from the book. I'm using the Book of Runes by Ralph Blum. You can get it on Amazon. It's very inexpensive. It comes with a beautiful set of runes. This is, let's see if gateway, a place of non-action, the god Thor. With a gateway for its symbol, this rune indicates that there is work to be done, both inside and outside yourself. Thurazaz represents the frontier between heaven and the mundane. That's where you're going. Arriving here is a recognition of your readiness to contact the numinous, the divine, to illuminate your experience so that its meaning shines through its form. Look, you're going straight into the light. So my guides are chattering in the background about that. Okay, the phone's about to ring. I can feel it. Let me see if I can get through this before whoever that was tries to call me back. So the gateway is not to be approached and passed through without contemplation. Here you are being confronted with a clear reflection of what is hidden inside yourself and what must be exposed and examined before right action can be undertaken. This rune strengthens your ability to wait. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. Now is not a time to make decisions because deep transformational cycles are at work. This is the next to the last in the cycle runes, leading to sacred initiation. So visualize yourself standing before a gateway. I don't know if that's the guides just trying to drive home the message. These things happen sometimes. I love that it's crickets. So visualize yourself standing before a gateway on a hilltop. Your entire life lies out behind you and below. When you have this journey, this shamanic journey, this is going to happen. It might be a vision, again, it might be astral travel, could be a lot of things. Could happen while you're out on a hike. Be prepared, okay? Beautiful Aquarius. So your entire life lies out behind you and below. And before you step through the gateway, thank you, Spirit, pause. Review the past, your life, all the learnings, all the joys, all the sorrows, every single experience that you have had that has brought you to this moment. And be with it for a moment. And then release it. All of it. Let it go. And step through the gateway. That's exactly the process that I am experiencing in my own life. It's been going on for over a year. Well, yeah, over a year, technically, if we looked at the calendar. So you will have some of this process evolving for the entire next year of your life. So brace yourself. If you need help, I'm here to help you see into the experiences you're having, to help you feel brave, to help you come into yourself, and to help you learn what it is to become part of the soul group that is here to expand this energy, because you are part of what my guides call the tapestry. It is a circuit of beings. We help each other awaken. That's what a soulmate is for. If you meet somebody who's a quantum partner, it might be a sudden awakening. People often experience that as overwhelming heart chakra expansion. Because of the way we've been trained, we interpret that as love. This must be my true love. I have to leave my husband or my wife or my children. No, don't go there. Brace yourself, breathe deep, take the experience in, share it with me, share it with your soul tribe, share it with your spouse. Something happened to me. Because we are meant to awaken each other. And in that way, we enliven one person at a time the circuit of the all consciousness. So a lot of words to absorb. I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much, Aquarius, for every single thing, including your patience over the telephone. I'm going to leave it in because I'm enjoying the quality. My guides are enjoying the quality of the message that I was able to stream through. So thanks for your patience with that. I'll look forward to seeing you, Goddess willing, next month.